So I have a new student, and I immediately have to make a video about this because it is actually important what we talked about on our first couple of meetings. He is able to play, but he has no real experience playing like from sheet music, practicing, no structure and all that stuff. But he is able to play a little bit, and he's able to play from the ear, from hearing music, and from YouTube videos. Although very beginner like. He's a beginner student. And as I began teaching him, I usually teach new students with sheet music that does not carry any staff lines. So all you would see would be like notes, their letters within the notes, and finger numbers, and their note values and all that stuff. But not the staff lines. It'll look something like what I'm showing you. And it is understandable that this style of playing is very basic, and it usually focuses on the three core values: the finger numbers, the key letters, and the rhythm. These are fundamental things that are very important in the beginning of piano playing. But as soon as he started playing these songs, he started recognizing how slow and even boring these things are. So he immediately looked up at me and asked me, he looked a little bored, to be honest, and he asked me this. He was like, when are we gonna play music with the lines? And like he wasn't able to explain what, but I could tell that he was talking about advanced music or something cool. And immediately I started getting kind of like bugged. And I did got bugged because he was a smart kid. He is a smart kid. He was able to talk very clearly. He knows how to like he has a very well. He's very eloquent. That's what I meant to say. He's very eloquent. And when he asked me that question, when are we gonna play sheet music, like real music, real cool music, real advanced music, something epic, something cool. I smiled and I kind of gave him like a little lecture, because when you're in the beginning of piano playing, or if you're in the beginning of any sort of skill, there's going to be a lot of barriers that are going to be right there and then to expose the inadequacies that you have as of right now. And it means that you have to start doing things really simple, basic, slow stuff, movements, focuses, and all these things. And although I didn't tell him this at the time, but I did tell him that he has to be patient, and he needs to go through all the basics in order to climb up to the ladder of progress and eventually play really cool, awesome pieces that I'm waiting for my students to get to play, all that stuff. But at the same time, this brought up a very important topic, and this is very related to everything all around us. Even in my own little YouTube progress here, is that as we're beginning to do something complicated and it's gonna take time for us to progress, we do want to ask, a mentor, or ask ourselves the right questions. The right question in this particular case with this one student is, when are we gonna play cool things? Or when am I gonna be better? When am I gonna do these things? Or when are we gonna play? The when's questions are not the right questions. Or, like, when am I gonna be famous? Or when am I gonna have this? The real question, or the important questions to ask, would be, how can I get better? And so right there and then, I just thought about this right now. Like, if the questions you're asking yourself is when, maybe you want to replace those when questions with the how questions. How can I get there? Or how can I improve? How can I get better? And in terms of this student, although I don't, there's nothing to blame on anyone anyway, and I'll talk about that in a second. But at the same time, the right questions would be, how can I get better on my finger numbers? How can I get better on the rhythm? How can I get better on determining what kind of notes I'm looking at? Those would be the right questions, and ideally they are, to be honest. But he was asking more about the end product of what he's working for, is how can I play advanced? basically, or when can I play advanced? And this is a common thing for a lot of students, especially the beginner students, because everybody just wants the results of a long task of exercising and practicing a lot of music. And I don't blame them, nor is it something that anyone should feel bad about. I mean, I did give them a little lecture telling them that, you have to play the basics first. There's no way of going to the advanced if if you cannot play the basic stuff. There's no reason to be questioning when you're gonna play the advanced stuff. Focus on the details as of now. But why does this happen? Why do people just want the instant results? And this is another conversation that I had with another student, because when we're dabbling on the details of note reading and practicing, we want to play fast immediately. Like and this happens a lot, like a lot of students just want to play fast and epic and cool and awesome, as if they were playing for like 10-20 years. But that's not the reality, and this is very common. But why is it common? Why does this happen a lot? And I believe it's because we're living in a world of instant gratification. Now, it's no surprise that we're living in a fast-paced world as of now. And if you think about it, our technologies have shortened the time that it takes for us to receive whatever we ask for. And this, we look at apps and we want to buy something, so we go to an app and immediately order it, and immediately we're going to get it within 24 hours. We go to the app, another app, and we order food and we get it instantly. We like to get things immediately, and this is training our perspective on reality. And I think this is actually a detrimental part of our decline in progress of our skills in many different areas of our world right now. But if we put it on piano playing right now, because it's a piano playing channel, we're used to getting things immediately, and instant gratification is becoming a common thing. Now, one of my biggest fears is that, it's not really a fear, but it's kind of like a little worry that it's in the outskirts of my thoughts, is that people are not going to value instrumentation in the future because it just takes too long, it's too hard, people have to focus longer, they have to practice for more days, they have to delay gratification in order to get better at anything. And if we live in a world that's constantly moving fast and we're constantly getting things so quickly, it's going to disrupt our natural flow of progress on a lot of our skills and a lot of our rewards that we want to get out of our labor. Now, what does this mean? I cannot really show you like any lessons here that I can put this in a context of piano playing, but if you're familiar with some exercises, and the most common exercise in piano would be the hand exercises. The hand exercises are written in 16th notes. Now, this does not mean that when you interact with the hand exercises, you're immediately gonna play them as 16 notes exercises. You're actually gonna play them as quarter notes or even as half notes. Many adults that I have them go through this exercise, and they're actually good exercises. Hand exercises get a bad rep in piano playing because they're just long, tedious, and everyone just finds them boring. But we have to be okay with that. We have to be okay with slow movements of progress. And if I put it on the hand exercise context, you want to practice the hand exercises. First of all, you want to look at the first measure and play them as quarter notes. You want to divide the 4 groups of 16 notes into 4 groups of quarter notes. Repeat that 4 to 8 times, and then go to the next group of 4 notes 4 to 8 times, and then you're going to play the entire measure 4 times in a row as quarter notes. You're going to play the exercise wholeheartedly, the whole entire thing, as quarter notes. And that's going to be very good, because when you're playing slow, especially if you include a metronome, all those movements that are organized with the clicking of the metronome will integrate into your hands all the way to your nervous system and your brain, as we already discussed in previous videos. But that's a very good way to go about it. And if you think about it, that's what you want to do rhythmically with a lot of the songs that you're going to be interacting with that are even in the advanced level, and more so in the advanced level, because if you have movements that are in 16 notes, you want to bring them down to eighth notes or quarter notes or even half notes. Now, this is going to require two things, and it's not so hard to know what those things are, but I will say them, and it would be patience and structure. So when I told my student about how to practice, because we were doing like a line of many notes, and they were all 16 notes, I was having them practice them as quarter notes. And I told him, well, I'm naming a lot of students here, not without name, but I'm mentioning a lot of students, but the ideas are concrete here, is that you want to have patience and structure as you practice, because patience means that you're gonna dabble on slow, repetitive, organized movements, and structures are gonna divide and organize the chunks of melodies that you're gonna be interacting and playing with. Now, I'll finish up. This is gonna be another short video. It's like 10 minutes. But I'll end it with this. The biggest enemy to progress will always be instant gratification. So whenever you're practicing, always think of patience and structure. Slow things down. And that's delayed gratification. These are a common thing, but it's a recurring theme in my piano teaching here. So I do want to put it on into a video. And that's about it. We live in a world of instant gratification, and that's gonna train our thinking to go very fast and expect immediate results. So therefore, practice will be more difficult. It's gonna be more painful, because you're gonna have to set yourself up with patience and structure. So always think about these things as you're interacting with your instrumentation in music playing, is that you want to slow things down, and you want to articulate your finger movements correctly and with patience and structure. Leave the immediate gratification out the door and begin to play slowly to progress, because the biggest enemy to progress will be immediate gratification. Now, leave a comment if you agree with me or if disagree. Let me know what you think about this topic, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you for watching. Drop a comment, share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.